Good day. Today is Tuesday, July 1st, 2025. And first of all, I would like to wish everyone a happy new month. Happy new month and a happy new week. We're entering the second month of summer, and the work that we're doing at the laboratory is very, never ending, let's say. We're trying to get everything going that you might need in terms of development, and soon we're gonna showcase the work that has been done. I would like to also apologize for the fact that I've been absent and not posting for the last week, as the development of the new update that has been teased now for like 2 to 3 weeks is almost complete. And the crazy mad rush that we were going through it looks like it's over. So we just need a couple of more days, maybe until the end of the week, to actually start showing the final product to you. Right. So that's what's going to be happening, and I think my job there is almost over. So soon, I think we'll get back to the normally scheduled programs. Now we're going to look at the webinar that Professor has done during the time of COVID, right? So that's what I've prepared for you. It's a segment from the webinar, and for the next couple of days, that's the type of that's the thing that we're going to be looking at. It's segments from this webinar from a university in India. It will be pinged in the description. And that webinar was recorded during sort of the peak of COVID. I think it was either 2021 or 2022, and how AI impacts crises and COVID specifically. So in that regard, the content of that webinar, despite being a couple of years old, is still very much relevant today, because during that period of time we had the COVID crisis, and today we have the AI crisis, right? So the new thing that is on everyone's mind is AI, but the foundational traits of emotional intelligence still remain valid and useful. So I hope you enjoy the section from the webinar, the short introduction, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the second part and the one after as well. Have a good day.
Let me then formally open by thanking Basaveshwar College, the principal, the coordinators, and specifically Dr. Sanjay Hanji for organizing this complex event and giving me the opportunity to connect with you all. I particularly like the college's logo here, and you can see the strapline, work is worship. And you might also have heard the expression work is worship. And I liked it because it got me thinking, why do we work? Or what should we work for? And my answer to this question is that we should work for excellence. We shouldn't work for money or for success or for fame, but we should work for excellence. And when we work for excellence, there's one major advantage, and that is that we don't really get attached to the outcome of our work. And the reason we don't get attached is because we work for excellence. We always try to do the best under the particular circumstances we find ourselves in. So whether you're working on a small task or seemingly small task, or whether you're working on a seemingly big project, you always work for the same outcome, which is excellence. It's also true, of course, that when you work for excellence, all these other things like money and success and fame tend to follow, but they follow as side effects and in a manner that's effortless, and it is uncomplicated, it's untaxing. Anyway, I am very pleased that this launch today, which is the launch of my world teaching mission, is happening under the auspices of an Indian university, which complements academic knowledge with wisdom. There's two sections to the webinar. The first one is on trait AI, an introduction to the theory of trait emotional intelligence, and also say a few things about the reach of the theory and the research program. And I will focus specifically and exclusively on scientific research contributions. We have very strong and constantly increasing commercial usage all around the world. Some of the world's biggest companies are using the lab's instruments and outputs. So I'd like to focus today strictly on the scientific impact. The second and main part of the webinar will really focus on trait AI and specifically its relationship with resilience at the time of COVID-19, the current crisis. So let me start by saying a few things about what is trait AI. Well, trait AI is a theory that integrates personality traits, emotions, and intelligence, broadly defined, hence trait emotional intelligence. Trait AI is a theory that helps you connect to the tremendous power and possibilities that are latent and waiting to be discovered in your conscious as well as subconscious part of your mind. So trait AI helps you connect to the capabilities, the power that's already latent in you, the powers that's already latent in your emotional world, conscious as well as subconscious, as I mentioned before. Trait AI now is an established field in psychology, and there are hundreds of peer-reviewed journal publications. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of information now from the Web of Science, Thomson Reuters here. You can see in this slide on the left how, I don't know if you can also see my cursor, I suspect you can. These are the first publications here in year 2000, 2001, 2002, coming out of my PhD almost 20 years ago. And all the way up now, you can go to 2019, where there were almost 100 research papers in peer-reviewed journals on trait emotional intelligence theory. So there are almost 700 records right now on trait AI and thousands of citations to the theory and the main ideas and constructs underpinning it. And where does all this research come from? This is quite interesting to note. Well, it comes from many different fields and many different areas, which is those of you who are working in science, in academic science today will know that it is an era of over-specialization, I would say. We are, very specific about what we study, and we rarely cross borders. But you will see here that trait emotional intelligence features in fields and domains that are very interdisciplinary and the cross-discipline boundaries. You see, most of the activity, of course, publications are in psychology, social psychology, including organizational and occupational psychology, educational psychology, clinical psychology, psychiatry, but then we also cross into areas like straightforward mainstream management, neuroscience, linguistics, behavioral genetics, mainline business publications, behavioral sciences, sports science, obstetrics and gynecology, medicine, family studies. So it's a theory that really breaks down barriers, which is really very rare, as I said, in this day and age of academic and scientific over-specialization.